Uganda is best known for harboring a huge number of alcohol consumers who ingest various types of alcohol, ranging from bottled beers, wines, and spirits to locally manufactured brews like Ajono, which is common in Teso sub-region, Kwete and Tonto, which are mainly made in the central region. A tour around most urban and rural areas drives one's attention to the thriving trade in local brew, which attracts questions whether this is the only alternative source of income for people involved in the local alcohol business, or is it that easy to produce local brew such as Tonto? In Luweero district, Tonto is the commonest local brew and is made using bananas, which are locally called kayinja. Tonto is consumed at weddings, introductions, and burials. I seek to find out the procedures and processes involved in making the multi-purpose drink. On a sunny day, I embarked upon more than 30-kilometer journey to Kiryambide village in Luweero district, north of Kampala. The task is meeting Mr. Sebagala Ben, a famous Tonto maker who has spent over 30 years in local brewing. On reaching his home, my eyes are greeted by a huge plantation where Sebagala harvests raw bananas, the chief material for making Tonto. He cuts down several branches of kayinja bananas which are transported home using a bicycle. The fruits are then plucked off and placed on top of the wooden structure, covered with polythene and dry banana leaves to trap heat. Smoke is then administered for about 5 days to quicken the ripening process and add the aroma to the final product. To reduce overheating, burning wood is blended with wet banana stems. Alternatively, the bananas can also be buried underground to fasten ripening. After 6 days, Sebagala's raw material is now yellow in color, indicating ripeness. The ripe bananas are picked and put into a wooden bowl, ready to be smashed by stamping using bare feet. The stamping is done by Sebagala's aide, Kasule Salongo, who washes his feet before he steps into the bowl. The ripe bananas are smashed into a porridge-like state. The process is tiresome, but Kasule says it is used and that he has been doing it for quite some time. He says that Ministry of Health awarded him a certificate indicating that his tasks do not pose a health threat to the product.
Sogola na kufuna mukone baluwa okuva mu gavumenti ezikiriza eyobulamu yabusawo bw'obulamu nagifuna lwakuba entalo zagi yagwa nagifuna mu 1975.
Sebagala also trusts the process as long as the person involved in smashing and stamping the ripe bananas washes his or her feet.
Agenda okusogola anaba bulungi ebigere ne bitukula n'atandika okulinnya amabiddago.
At this point, fresh spear grass is introduced, cut and chopped into sizable pieces and mixed with smashed ripe bananas to ease the squeezing out of juice. About 7 jerrycans of water is added to the bowl to dilute the conco banana juice. A big saucepan is placed in a slanting position beside the wooden bowl and fresh banana leaves are laid horizontally to enable juice to flow to the saucepan, while the banana grass is squeezed. To ensure that no salty elements or grassless juice slips down the saucepan, spear grass is placed on top of the banana leaves and this acts as a sieve. The combination of smashed bananas, spear grass and water is placed on the channel and the dilute juice freely flows into the saucepan. Within minutes, the saucepan gets filled and the juice is drawn and put onto plastic drum or jerrycans. To squeeze juice entirely, Kasule stands right on top of the smashed mixture of ripe bananas and spear grass, supporting himself with a wooden pole, while gently pressing the mixture as juice continues to flow into the saucepan. The size of the mixture decreases as Kasule continues turning and squeezing out any hidden juice. While the process of squeezing is being finalized, Sebagala's son and daughter carried out to grinding of sorghum on a wooden flat log.
Tumala odisisira tusaamu omuwembe ogwo, tumala okusaamu omuwembe ogwo tusaamu omubisi gwaffe gwonna, tumala okubisaamu tuleeta akati akaliko amatabi oba obutabitabi ak'emmwanyi kakola bulungi oba ak'omutuba ne tukuba. Bwe tukuba ekikolwa bakuyita kusiwa.
This sorghum is first fried to give it an aroma before it's mixed with juice as yeast. The mixing is done on the same bowl where the ripe bananas were smashed. The mixture of juice and sorghum is then covered with fresh banana leaves, polythene paper and left to ferment for 24 hours. At exactly 1 p.m., Sebagala and his son return to uncover the fermented juice, which is called tonto. The sorghum crumbs are carefully removed and used for feeding poultry and pigs. Tonto is then filled in 2 jerrycans from different customers. As the filling continues, I took time off the camera to test the now ready product. The final product is moderately sweet and the bubbling foam indicates that tonto has an alcoholic element. The jerrycans are loaded onto the motorcycle for transportation to the market. Sebagala maneuvers through the narrow roads to deliver his product to the nearest market. He safely arrives at Buswa Trading Center loaded with tonto. With the help of his customers, Sebagala offloads the tonto, which is then stored and sold at the local bar. By the time of delivery, already people were in bars sipping their favorite drinks while sharing stories on family issues and politics. A jerrycan of tonto costs about 25,000 to 50,000 shillings, while a glass goes for 1,000 shillings. The tonto business has sustained Sebagala's life needs, such as feeding. He is also raising fees for his son, who is in senior 3.
Ndimuzadde nange nazaala abaana abange. Kaakati mwemperera abaana abange. Era ng'omwana omukulu agenze ku university nenga sisanga nnyo obuzibu mu kubaweerera bonna.
To be an expert in tonto making, one has to be mentored, committed and hardworking. Sebagala learned tonto making from his mother, Ruth Namondo. The aged lady appreciates the work of her son since he caters for her well-being.
Nga abazadde bakulekedde ekibanja kisigaddemu nga ng'oyagala ssente ez'amangu ng'otwala ekibanja ng'ogira ki ng'okitunda so wantegeseemu ebyo ebikuliisa mu bukadde kakati oyo kayija mukyamusimba bbanga lyadde mukuze mu mulaba nakati yagira ki kati asomesa abazzukulu tekirabwe omugaso gw'okutereka ekibanja.
Like any other business, Sebagala's tonto making activities are stifled with numerous challenges, which he continues fighting to avoid running out of finances. Common bacterial diseases such as banana bacteria wilt is a major threat to the Sebagala's banana plantation. To avert the banana bacteria wilt, which is caused by the flying insects, Sebagala and other Kainja banana growers devised a simple solution. The solution involves cutting off the flower from banana plants after the banana fruits have devolved into a reasonable size. Sebagala urges agricultural researchers to find lasting solutions against the banana bacterial wilt.
Tusaba gavumenti era nga tugikubira omulanga naddala ekitongole ekikola ku bya research okutusalira amagezi okulaba nga nakino ekiwuka ekyengeza okuva wansi mu kikolo kisalirwa amagezi tusobole okufunamu omulungi.
Additionally, the locals who cut the banana leaves for cooking reduce on the productivity of Sebagala's banana plantation.
Ensuku abasinga bazisala nnyo endagala. Ekyo ekizibu tukisanga mu budde buno kubanga kayinja yaggwawo.
Unlike other dangerous locally made alcohol, tonto does not pose grave side effects such as liver failure, loss of sight, or death to its customers. Sebagala pays taxes on his tonto business. He is free to expand and modernize his business to the level of exportation. He urges the youth to borrow a leaf from him and utilize the potential of controlled local brewing in uplifting their livelihood.
Tujje tutandike emirimu egyaffe twetandikire emirimu kale mbeere bulungi.
Sewankambo Francis, Makerere University.